I guess I gotta talk to something that's not TikTok because it's the most toxic platform. But do what you want to do. Don't do what everyone else wants. And people will tell you. They'll sit down and they'll give you every reason in the world why whatever you want to do is a bad idea. You need a backup plan. You need the degree. You need the piece of paper. You need this and that. And everyone says it, and then you're 50 years old, or in my case, you're 24 years old, and you look back, and the things that you wish you did, you may not have the facilities to do, right? Everything that I wrote down, the interviews I had with myself in the mirror, I'm at a point now where I don't have that luxury anymore necessarily. It's not impossible, but it's not possible. You know, I got commitments now. I mean, people actually message me and want to talk to me. So don't let those things, stop you. When your mom calls you and, hey, how are you doing? And you're bad on rent. You're living on ramen. You're really struggling. You're scared. You don't know where things are gonna go. You gotta have faith. You gotta tell yourself that what I want to do is what I want to do, because all those people, those influencers out there that tell you to chase your dreams, they're counting on you to fail, right? So they can sell you how to chase your dreams. They want to see you fail because it's the way that they profit. They don't make money if you succeed. Because if you succeed, they're out of a job. You could sell your own course. You don't have to buy their courses. So what do? How do you accomplish the dream? How do you get from here to here without dying of starvation in your car, right? How do you even afford a car? How are you not sleeping on the streets? Faith, faith. And I'm not saying you gotta get on your hands and knees and, tell God that, hey, God, give me everything and anything I could ever dream of, you know. Call to him, whatever God it may be. Thank you for, you know, putting the clothes on my back, the food in my mouth, the sky being, blue or cloudy or rainy, doesn't matter, but just the fact that you're here and now, because it's kind of like if you were dealing with a person, you wouldn't just walk up to a stranger and go, give me a job. There's got to be an endorsement for them. And in this case, of course, God doesn't want money from us. He doesn't want, anything that's not of a spiritual manifestation. I can't give him the keys to a Ferrari and God will be like, oh, that's so sweet of you. No, it's the appreciation. And I got the proof of this. I'm not saying I'm some kind of spiritual genius that's got it all, figured out, but I said a prayer a few days ago, and it was the first time that I had properly, got on my knees, hands on my bed, and I started it off with, God, give me a sign, and a few other things, and I stopped myself, because I realized I was being selfish. I wasn't being grateful. I wasn't showcasing the fact that I was appreciating everything I had put in front of me, right? I had all these great things that meant so much to me, but I wasn't acknowledging them, right? I just looked and went, cool, and moved on. And so I stopped myself and I said my thanks, the things that were important to me. And I said, give me a sign, give me something, throw me a line. And the next night I went to one of my meetings, and I met this guy who I went to school with halfway across the planet in London 4 years ago, right? No count that I would meet this guy. But I wanted a sign that things would go good, a positive sign. I wasn't asking for anything definitive, just something. And I'd argue that's quite the sign, right? So me and this, friend of mine, I'm leaving his name anonymous, for privacy reasons, but started talking and we realized that in retrospect, compared to our other classmates, we made it out pretty good, despite we made it out with a lot of our struggles, but compared to some of the people I went to school with, who maybe aren't doing much with their lives now, or the degree that we all tried to obtain for them ended up being fruitless to an extent that at least him and I ended up in Thailand, granted for reasons that I would rather not be in Thailand as a proxy of, but I made it here either way. And it's weird because that all came through a sense of faith. I had faith that things will work out. I have faith that things will work out, right? Is it guaranteed? No, of course not. Nothing is guaranteed. There's no promise that is going to come, right? You can get on your hands and knees, you can buy every single lottery ticket in your state, but it doesn't mean you're going to win. But if you have the faith and you try, even if you fail, there's at least one thing you'll learn from that. At least one thing. And that one thing that you learn from failing, you become appreciative of. You go, wow, I know this now. That's good. And you can apply that the next time. And that's the faith. That's the appreciation that gets you from here to here. Right? It's all about gratitude and appreciation. You've just got to be aware of it.